Godzilla back at it again. More Alex exciting stuff. We're quickly gonna go pick up the stuff and things. Ensure that we got them. So we can actually do things without having to worry about potential levels for this. Allowances. So we fly to pick everything up as we need to. Get the Pelupelu down first, so we're sure we get everything done. Sounds like things are going on my ends. Earlier today, I got to upgrade the not upgrade to where's the word? Edit. I got to edit the 2 parts of my Vampires Great Bloodlines playthrough that I did over the past couple of weeks that I was forced to split up due to shenanigans. Everything is now in place. That's good. Upload it on the YouTube channel. Kaiju-Z. So now my Bloodlines 2 Let's Play is probably completed. I'm so embarrassed about how that went. I should have paid more attention, you know? I should have noticed that my drivers just weren't up to date. But I don't know. Thought it made they updated themselves. I'm not a Luddite, but I'm just not good with tech. I want to say this has been a learning experience, but knowing myself, it's probably not going to be learning at all. I will make this mistake again. Yeah, so on Monday I finally got to do the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover thingy and get a Sacred. I haven't really touched that fight again since yeah, we. So after when things get reset, we're gonna be able to finish this. Hopefully these won't count. That's. Still got stuff I need to sell off though. The market is a fickle thing. You know, I've been thinking that I'm tempted to go back and do not go back, but go back to at least the story and continue so I can unlock the deliveries for this expansion. But I don't think at the same time it's worth breaking up the flow of what I'm thinking of doing. Okay, now we deliver the crate. We got about a minute, which should be enough. As long as I don't do a hickey wicky. have Stormageddon to watch my back. Cloudy? Is there not? Let's try again. Level up. And I didn't bother going back and doing the quest lines and some of these. I just haven't felt like it, you know? Go. These are shelving components. But with the shelving, I'm gonna go with a little bit quest. Crazy Highway. Real fun theme. Both the original and the version that they have for the remakes. Speaking of remakes. Today's gonna be state of play for PlayStation, isn't it? At like 5 p.m. for some people. I had a thought because the rumor is that there's gonna be a new Devil May Cry announcement. Now, and supposedly it's gonna be Devil May Cry 6, but I'm also beginning to doubt that for a moment. What do I mean by doubt that? I doubt that Devil May Cry 6 might be the thing that's being developed. Given stuff that's been going on with casting stuff, and I do wonder if now wouldn't be the perfect time for them to do a Devil May Cry remake of the first game. Maybe implement the style system for Dante. You know, get a new voice in for Dante. You know, giving that Ruben Langdon is crazy, and not the fun kind of crazy, where you're like, wow, this part is getting crazy, but the well, if you've seen the stuff that he blabbering about since after the game came out. Then you know. It'd be a good time to get a new voice actor if they're gonna be giving Devil May Cry the Resident Evil treatment of remaking the games. Which of all the games, 2 needs it the most. Like more of a fresh take on the story. I can definitely see it getting such good accolades from them, just spending time on reworking the story and focusing on making the gameplay interesting. I kind of still want to see if they do Devil May Cry 2 at some point. I want to see them do I want to see them keep the stealth system, but I also want them to use the. Why is my brain not clicking? I'd love if they got to use the amulet system that they implemented into. It's nice little boosts, because this is Dante who technically he is at his most powerful for 4, but he still hasn't unlocked his own devil trigger hasn't quite reached that point that you see in 4 and 5. So it would be an interesting way to have as part of the story he empowers himself with the amulets to finally crack the shell on his devil trigger and gain the form that we know. An interesting story beat where they have Arius' magic blocking him in certain ways and he pushes his way through. Also a chance to play a bit more of his personality in that game. Since originally, just based on context clues and rumors and stuff, originally Devil May Cry 2, Dante wasn't supposed to be in the game. It was going to be some other character with a red jacket and coat. Which is why the 2007 anime did a lot of weightlifting to find a nice balance to his personality between the 2 games. I don't know, it's just a thought that I have. What do you think? If there's anyone there watching. Do you think Devil May Cry is gonna get a new game? Do you think it's gonna be a remake? Full-on sequel following Nero exclusively? A sequel that's split again between multiple characters? What do you think? Am I just being silly? I don't know. I don't play that many games, but I was thinking that after I complete Cyberpunk 2077, and I just started last week, so it's gonna be months later down the line if I'm just doing it in one 3 to 4 hour session at a time. It'd be fun if I continue with Devil May Cry, like all of them. I do have some ideas. I'm gonna play 1 as is. 2 and 3, I think I want to use mods for that. Because there's a pretty good mod that kind of balances out Dante, his abilities. It makes him move a bit faster, both running wise and fighting wise. So that'd be cool. And of course, Devil May Cry 3, because I've played it multiple times, I wouldn't be opposed to doing the run with the Crimson mod. Be a nice time, I think. supposed to go with this? Here. Friendship. Dan, I'm gonna play back for that. I see. About friendship. Am I just dead? Oh, okay, I'm just not close enough. Okay, never mind. It'd be awesome if, with the announcement of a Devil May Cry 6 or a remake, we get a crossover with Final Fantasy 14. I want to see Devil May Cry stuff in the game. There's already some illusions with certain jobs in the game, certain names or abilities, certain. You know, maybe I'm just asking for a lot. But it'd really be nice to be able to wear the outfits. Any of the outfits. Even 5. And 5 is my least favorite out of Dante's looks. I get what they were doing with it. Aged practically down at his most rock bottom-ish. Still able to rock it. You know? Just a thought. Reset's happening in a minute, and then I can focus on doing things again. Oof, that is a big squirrel. Hey, 4Js! How's it going? Why are you charging me? Oh dear God! It's a flaming skeleton! And it's screaming Monty! I'll sare you. That's quite alright. Better late than never. I'm just working on an alt. Technically, this was my main for the longest time, the first character I ever made in the game. But because being on the Discord and stuff, it's become my alt. Since I took Cheshire for things first. Dawntrail. But hey, how's it going, forces? Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Sometimes the minor code feels like it's a lot more worse than the bigger one because the bigger one you can prepare for a lot quicker. So this normally takes a bit for it to settle in. Get yourself cozy and stuff. Battle that code. I'm just doing a nice little stream. Just getting some Allied Society stuff done. Just daily, weekly stuff. I'm gonna reach the maximum point and hit the next tier for one of the societies in a bit. I just gotta complete a couple of other societies first. We're just gonna unlock more reward stuff. God, yeah. Yeah, I feel that. This has been my comfort game for everything. Just no thoughts, head empty. I mean, plenty of thoughts I've had full because I gotta focus on what I'm doing half the time. But everything is fine when I'm playing this game. I set things at my own pace. I mean, 99 was safe for you, not for a lot of other places. Gotta remember that. So you'd kinda have to travel a bit further back and stop a few things from happening so we can all enjoy 1999 again. I'm trying to remember something about... Because, recently over here in Bulgaria, we properly adopted the euro currency. We're still a few months away from completely absconding from using the our previous currency, but now we're on the euro. But beforehand, when we were still on our currency, back in the 90s when I was going to school, kinda. We're dealing with shenanigans in our own way. The 90s were a weird time for us over here, because we got an influx of pop culture. Like a lot. Like pretty much everything. It was so much that we had to, it was a bit hard to adapt in deciding what we could allow people to watch and stuff, depending on their ages. So when I was a kid, 9-year-old me, I got to watch a very scary movie. It was a famous cannibal movie at that. It was wild. I think it's maybe because I saw that I'm a lot less shocked and appalled by things that happen in horror movies. Let me check this out for a second. 91, 35. Someone's fighting a thing, I think. Ah, a classic. Oh, they killed it. Oh well. I'm not gonna bother. It took me years to actually see that movie, not because it was scary, but because I just didn't have the attention span set on that. Well, it is a good movie. A cult classic that it should have been more than simply a cult classic, but you know how people are. Like, oh no, this alien is not friendly. It's an invasion. It is an invader destroying to all of us. Oh, scary. Yeah. My first Carpenter movie was Escape from New York, or was it L.A.? No, it was L.A. It was L.A. and even back then I think I remember thinking to myself, okay, I think I've accidentally started watching a sequel. I think I've only seen the original Escape from New York once. But it's a very good movie. It's a very influential movie. We wouldn't have had Metal Gear Solid as it is, or just the Metal Gear stuff, even with the NES, NES games, the old games, like the pixelated games, as they were. I've never played a Metal Gear game myself, though. I have watched the playthroughs of them. Still one of the best franchises in the world. Some entries not included, but hey, you gotta take the good with the bad. Or the bad with the good. Now let's get to that shard. Here it is. Last time is Q. I'm not gonna touch that for a bit. Okay. Guess we're going to Pacha. tapping away on the side, talking about the cake mini game that got added with the Valentine's event, or Valentione. It has its very own name, originating in this world from the city-state of Ishgard, from a lesser house, House Valentione. A lady knight, a warrior. Funny enough, I'm doing these with gear that's 10 levels below, technically. I'm using the highest tier you can get outside of the weapon or tool, but it's still level 90 stuff for stuff that is requiring a lot more. Luckily, it can be done. And if you fail, there's also the RNG that can help you a bit. Luckily, it's not asking me to do higher quality stuff right now, which is good. Also, I've gotten my Immaculate Mend, which immediately restores all the durability of an item, which is so useful. How are you doing, Fort? What are you up to, Forte? Got any stuff you're watching or playing or anything? I get that. But you still gotta find stuff to do, because you can't just... At the very least, you gotta find something to do with your time for yourself. To keep yourself sane. Like for instance, last year I started this channel, or well, not really the channel, but I started streaming. Yeah, we'll start small and work your way up from there. No one's gonna ask you to do the impossible first. Start dueling, saying stuff. Go for walks, hang out with people, meet some folks. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry you're having a rough one. And yeah, we gotta persist. In spite of the world's chaos and violence, we gotta just carry on. Stand tall when we can, take a breather when we can't. Well, there's more work for you. That's the reason there's more ground for you to want to demand a higher pay. Don't know if you have a union going there. Well, do the job you gotta, but don't overdo it if there's not enough sign that you're gonna get more out of it. Know your worth and all that. Good. Work smarter, not harder, as the saying goes. Or, well, work smarter, but also do your thing. Because no two jobs work alike. I like to speak to your managers. I want to tell him a thing or two. There's the handler. Let me resummon my chocobo. I figure it'd be okay to queue for the fight again. The odds are I might not even get it on stream. Let's go ahead right now. I haven't been reading Modulo. I wanted at some point to sit down and read it, but I don't know if I don't know when I want to do that. I'm kind of very stuck in 14 right now. I do know that some weird things have been happening with aliens. Aliens. I think it's aliens. Why is it always aliens? That's cool. I'll keep that in mind. If it's a short read, I'll probably be able to knock it down if it's done or when it gets done. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad. He really got burned out by the end there, which I feel bad for because I get what he was doing with the fights and the story. I just wish he had the time. Really, the weekly manga schedule is unfortunately weekly, so it's gonna mess you up. I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen would have had a lot better pace if Gege got to do it for a not for a Shonen Jump or for like a monthly. Yeah, he is kind of a weird spiritual successor. A guest from across the salt. Pelupelu has the look of a satisfied Pelupelu. Marawa, good to see you. Have you heard? The eatery's roaring success. It seems Wakisha's time as a cook in Shaloni exposed him to all kinds of cuisines. The young fellow is both surprisingly skilled and commands an impressive repertoire. His comrades too have proven worthwhile additions to having taken well to guide work. Additions having taken well to guide work. Yeah, exactly that. Besides that, there's been an interesting development. You remember Sia, the Winger Reflection representative, don't you? Our rarest customer? Well, we were discussing the initiative to support former outlaws, and now all of a sudden, he tells me there was something he wished to discuss in person. He's on his way to Dog Pocket as we speak. I hope you can join me in the discussion. He'll be there in a moment now. Uh-oh. I guess I'm gonna miss that. Apologies for the ticking. Unfortunately, this went in an unexpected way. Here's our first customer again. Thank you for setting aside the time to meet with me. Sia, it's wonderful to see you again. You seem in fine fettle indeed. Likewise. It's heartening to see you and the business doing so well. The strides you've made since my first visit are remarkable. Your expansion into upstream Kozamoka with flying Panutis was quite a feat, and your decision to employ former bandits has done much for the wider community. A superb achievement. Know that my colleagues back to Liolo are equally impressed. Last time I was here, I spoke of our position on tourism and foreign relations. It is with regards to this that the Wing of Reflection would seek your assistance. But of course, Minder Abac is clacking away at this, and it's urging me to do everything I can to support you. We'd love nothing more than to show foreign guests the delights Turao has to offer. Although visitors from overseas are still few and far between, what exactly would you have us do? You are aware that Valiola recently entered into an alliance with Razatan. As it so happens, we've received a visitor from the city-state. When we told her about the Turali travel agency, she expressed an interest in experiencing the region for herself. Would you be willing to provide one of yours? It'd be our pleasure. Fortunately, we have a slot available. Excellent. The visitor's name is Rashavat. She is of the Aura, people known for their curved horns and ornate scales. I should also mention that she is an alchemist by trade. I shall return to Tulialo and inform her of the plan at once. I'll procure an alpaca porter for her journey. If you could attend her when she arrives, I'd be much obliged. We'll be ready and waiting. Alright, let's see how this goes. Unfortunately, got a penalty, which isn't that big of a deal, but still. Let's try this again. To think the Wing of Reflection would entrust us with the nation's honored guest. What a better way to promote Turao as a premier tourist destination. We wouldn't be in this position if it weren't for you and all our hardworking staff. Now then, we can't leave anything to chance. We'll need to be fully prepared for Ashabat's arrival. I don't suppose you visited Ratatan. I'd like to learn as much as I can about our guest's homeland. I literally was there for the expansion. Oh my god, it's All Might. Of course, I didn't have asked. I'm not surprised in the least that our special advisor has traveled so far and wide. From what I've heard, the climate in Favner is similar to that of Kozumaoka, so I presume our guests will not be overwhelmed by the heat and humidity. My primary concern is the local cuisine. Would you mind speaking to Akisha and sharing your knowledge of Hanish cuisine fare with him? It may inspire him to prepare a suitable menu. Okay, so we're going to be making Hanish dishes. Razathan is essentially India. Hey there. Anything I can help you with? It's an honor to welcome a guest from across the salt. Putting together a menu to suit the taste ought to make for a fun challenge. Well, look at you, having grown so much since your robbery days. It's an honor to... Okay. So what might one find at the dinner table at Razathan? Dishes with plenty of fruit, and spirits then renowned by one and all, wouldn't be a meal without a drop or two. Searingly spicy food, and lots of it! Food that packs a spicy punch, huh? In that case, the mild and flavorful cuisine might be better received than the more subdued Ano fare. In any event, I'll whip up a meal that puts local flavors front and center, and work in a few flourishes to suit the guest. Let people know I've got this covered. Here's the guest. Of the Rain Tribe. Welcome to Kozomolka. Arshabata, presume? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Pelupelu, the founder of the Dawntrail travel agency. I'll be your guide. Thank you for accommodating me at such a short notice. I'm Arshabata. Yes, and I present the High Crucible of Alchemia, Razathan's state-sponsored alchemical workshop. Okay, so she's an alchemist. Oh, you're Moa, aren't you? What a coincidence. Have you met? Forgive me, you must not remember. I'm one of the alchemists you met at the Great Work. My associate and I, examined your friend Estinian. Ah, yes. They all saw him and swarmed him. He doesn't hold against you if you're wondering. Yes. I see you already know each other. Well, I think it's a little more one-sided than each other suggests. The people of Razathan know all Favner, and beyond owe a debt of gratitude to Marawa. The same goes for all of us here in Dawntrail Travel Agency. He's done so much to support our enterprise, not to mention the nation as large. Incredible, fate certainly works in mysterious ways. I couldn't agree more. Seeing as how the two of us are already acquainted, perhaps the two of you are already acquainted, perhaps you'd care to join us on the tour? She'll have her own personal protector. Wonderful. Allow me to escort you to your room, Arshavat. I'm sure you'll want to unpack your belongings. Would you mind waiting here? We'll be back in no time. I can't wait to see what Kozomolka has to offer. This is going to be marvelous. As per the usual, I turn to a word salad. Let's wait. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get going, shall we? Alright. Take it away. Now watch your backs. Sometimes I forget how cute Ori women are. Ah, the lore. Hey, Fontaine. Kikiyaki. See ya. Shabbat's satisfaction is plain upon her face. I'm deeply indebted to you and the agency, and all its hardworking staff. What a splendid place! I'm so relieved that everything went off without a hitch, and I would have thought we'd get to watch the Hano rehearsing for the next Ikihana. Was it? Okay, so I feel like this is something in the story I'm a little vague on. Ikihana is supposed to be like some kind of a sorry, some kind of a big celebration. I don't know why I assumed it was like a yearly thing. So unless we spent a whole year in this expansion, not just being on this continent, is it a biannual or triannual? I can only hope Rashavat enjoys her experience as much as I believe she did. I want to thank you all for everything you've done. This is a true delight. The climate may be similar to that of Fevner, but the native flora has been a sight to behold. Speaking as an alchemist, there were so many intriguing specimens, such potential. And the people and their culture, it was fascinating to learn how the Hanohani used reed-woven floats to channel their magics during rites and rituals. Oh, and the punities were simply adorable. This will all make for a very engaging account when I report back to Fritza. Wait, you've been talking with Fritza? Our two nations may have forged an alliance, but the ink has barely begun to dry on the parchment. Indeed, it was thanks to the efforts of the Scions that the agreement was reached at all. It will be presumptuous to claim that Tuliolo and Razathan truly understand one another yet. Which is why the Satrap sent me to explore the potential for other mutually beneficial arrangements, and to confirm the friendship between our nations will stand the test of time. The Hano and the unique magical traditions, the plant specimens you spoke of, you think this knowledge would benefit Razathan? If we're able to maintain relations and encourage the flow of people between our two nations, Razathan stands to gain a great deal. Of that I am certain. Besides, there's so much more I wish to learn about the land. I plan on spending the rest of my time here doing just that. Wonderful! Simply wonderful! When you return to Razathan, I hope you let everyone know what a great place Kuzumoka is to visit. Or better yet, the whole of Toral. I definitely will! Looks like my job here is done. You barely did anything! This part, yeah. Well, I suppose we should head back to the agency. Come on, dog, we fly. You know, I was worried that I wouldn't have much to talk about this stream. But it's nice to have a viewer and chat with someone. You just leave the rest to us. We'll make sure that the remainder of Rashabat's stay is truly unforgettable. Rashabat is resting in her quarters. I must say I'm relieved the tour ended without incident. Thank you for everything you've done. For our visiting alchemist, the Thursday Kuzumoka's vegetation seemed like a veritable cornucopia. Any discoveries made via the Alliance will benefit Tuliolo as much as Razathan. Indeed, this type of exchange is precisely what the Wing of Reflection had hoped for. I shall make my proposal to Dawntrail at Kona as soon as I return to the capital. There's no doubt in my mind. The tourism industry deserves our official backing, and once we may offer it, we shall have a commemorative monument erected to make this clear to one and all. Your support means a great deal, but I can't understate the role Marawa and the people of Kuzumoka had to play in our success. Their happiness is just as important to me. The pell we earn must serve to enrich the community, which is why I can't rest on my laurels for even a moment. Alright. If I'm not mistaken, there's still one more level of these, or tier. I'm still waiting to see if we're gonna get a light like a society quest that joins all of three of them together. Hey, there's the deity. And this place is flourishing. Oh my goodness. Do you see this, Luna? Thanks to your travails of Pelupelu and her associates, the Torali Travel Agency is on the cusp of receiving official backing from the Wing of Reflection. The future is bright for Toral's incipient tourism industry, with the pale principle of mutually beneficial trade underpinning the endeavor. Where tourists tread, happiness is soon to follow. This truly is a fantasy game because the Pelupelu are good capitalists. And sworn. Yeah, there's gonna be one more. But I don't, yeah. Whenever we get to level 7, they don't reset, so I don't get an additional tier I can do. Which is fine, actually. It just means there's no real pressure to rush things. With that done, this is all the side quest stuff for today. I'm gonna likely do another stream, if not tomorrow, then on Saturday. See where that takes me. And then I'm just gonna level them up on my own, because I don't think there's anything happening during the Sworn sequence. Actually, let me look it up just to be sure. Wait, I forgot something. I forgot something. Do something, actually, now that I think about it. A framework kit and a backpack. A Pelupelu pack. Fashion accessories. There we go. And now I have a Pelupelu pack. They have a carbon amount. These are very expensive. I'm gonna go and check with the other societies because I may have forgotten to pick up something from them. Yeah, there isn't any continuation after that. Which makes me think that they're gonna release the last year and the next big patch. Actually, wait, there is one. Okay, yes, there is one. Never mind. But that's gonna be for when we get to that. I would know where you for now, not sure, because I'm still waiting for the full starter line so I can do it in a go or two. And I'm waiting for this to get completed. Okay. Okay, so they haven't been at. Okay. Well, unless anything else goes down, this is gonna be it for this stream. Forte, it's been nice having you here. Thanks for being in chat. Thanks for following. Next stream's gonna be tomorrow at 8:40 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time, which is 2.5 hours from now, actually. And I'm gonna be continuing with Cyberpunk 2077. I'm still barely in the tutorial, barely out of it. I'm gonna be looking into doing some stuff on the side, maybe before I continue anything with the story. Look for upgrades, look on getting experience, figuring out what I'm gonna do, learning the ropes some more. And that's gonna be that. On Saturday, I'm gonna, like I said, do another little stream when I'm doing some more of the Allied Society stuff. It'll be much shorter, since I don't really have to do the. Actually, no, wait, I'm still gotta. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we'll do it. But that's gonna be that. On Monday, at around the same time, 8:40 p.m. Eastern European Summer Time, I'm going to be continuing with more side quests. I've kind of completed most of the side quests per area. I'll see what I want to do. I might do the fates little by little. And other than that, I'm not sure. Until then, though, this is Kaiju-Z wishing everyone watching, everyone looking into VODs, and anyone that's slightly late jumping in chat, a safe and easy morning, midday, and evening, depending on where you are in the world. Have a good one!